Hello all you fabulous people, welcome to Spain on a Fork. In today's episode, we're gonna grab a handful of basic ingredients and create one of the most delicious omelets ever. We're talking a country-style Spanish potato omelet. This is very similar to the classic Tortilla de Patatas from Spain. You'll find that recipe up here in the iCard. Of course, we're gonna add in a couple more ingredients to give it a beautiful lift of flavors. Guys, this Spanish omelet is seriously one of the most delicious things you will ever taste. And let me tell you, it is so easy to make, comes together in just about 30 minutes, and it's the perfect dish for any meal of the day. Really quick before we get started, a quick shout out to one of my patrons, Cheryl. Again, Cheryl, thank you so much for all your support. I truly appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not a patron, consider becoming one. Helps me with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. I'm gonna begin by rinsing 2 medium-sized Yukon Gold potatoes under some cold running water and scrubbing the potatoes clean. As you can see, I'm leaving the skins on the potatoes. This gives this country-style Spanish omelet that beautiful rustic texture and flavor. Then I'm gonna pat the potatoes completely dry with paper towels. And cut the potatoes into small pieces. I like to cut each potato in half. Each half in half to end up with 4 evenly sized pieces. Cut each quarter into 3 pieces. And chop them into 1/4-inch thick slices. And as I cut my potatoes, I like to transfer them into a large bowl. That way I don't overcrowd the cutting board. For the next ingredient, I'm gonna grab 1 large onion. Like I always tell you guys, I like to remove between 1 to 2 of the outer layers, as it makes the onion so much easier to cut and it gives it an incredible texture. And thinly slice the onion. Moving on, I'm gonna grab 4 cloves of garlic. Again, I always tell you guys this, I like to twist each clove of garlic as the skin is easily removed, and I always like to have a paper towel underneath for an easy cleanup. And finally mince the 4 cloves of garlic. For the last vegetable to prepare, I'm gonna grab 1 red bell pepper and cut it into strips that are between 1.5 to 2 inches long by 1/4 inch thick. And for the final ingredient, I'm gonna crack in 6 organic eggs into a large bowl. Season the eggs with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And whisk the eggs together until they're perfectly combined. All right, we have all our ingredients ready. Let's start cooking our Spanish omelet. Very important to use a non-stick frying pan here. That way when you add the eggs, they don't stick on there. I'm gonna heat this with a medium-high heat and add in a generous 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil. 1 minute after adding the olive oil into the pan, I'm gonna add in the pieces of bell pepper and the sliced onions. And start mixing these ingredients around with the extra virgin olive oil. Very important to mix this continuously, that way nothing burns. Remember, we are on a medium-high heat. About 3 minutes after adding the onions and the bell peppers into the pan, and those onions are nice and translucent, I'm gonna add in the pieces of potato and start mixing everything together to ensure that each piece of potato is coated in that extra virgin olive oil. At this point, you don't have to mix this continuously, but do get in there once in a while. That way each piece of potato is perfectly cooked. And again, you don't have to mix this continuously, just get in there once in a while. That way everything's evenly cooking. All right, it's been about 15 minutes since I added the potatoes into the pan, and they look like they are perfectly fried. You can always tell when they're done. Just grab a toothpick and pierce one of the potatoes. And if it easily goes in, they are done. For the next step, I'm gonna add in the 4 cloves of garlic that we finely minced into the pan. A generous 1/2 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika. And season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And I'm gonna gently mix this all together. That way that garlic and all those seasonings are evenly divided throughout the pan. As you can see, we're adding the garlics now in there. We don't want to overcook them. We just want to be nice and aromatic. This is what gives this country style Spanish potato omelet that incredible pop of flavors. Once everything's well mixed, I'm gonna remove the pan from the heat. Transfer the mixture into the bowl with the eggs. And mix everything together until it's perfectly combined. All right, let's move on to the final step. Using the same pan, I'm gonna heat it with a low to low medium heat and add in the potato and egg mixture into the pan. And again, guys, very important, you wanna make sure you're cooking this on a low to low medium heat, otherwise those eggs are not gonna fully cook through and they're gonna burn on the outside. About 2 to 3 minutes after adding the egg and potato mixture into the pan, I'm gonna run a spatula through the outer edges of the tortilla to ensure that it's not sticking to the pan. Once again, so important to use a good quality non-stick frying pan when you're making a Spanish tortilla. Okay, it's been about 4 to 5 minutes since we added the egg and potato mixture into the pan. At this point, it's time to flip the tortilla to cook the other side. You want to use a plate here that's either bigger than the pan or fits in there just like a glove. I'm going to place the plate over the tortilla, flip it, and then slide the uncooked part of the tortilla back into the pan. Now you want to get in there with a spatula and start compacting the tortilla de patatas towards the center. This is what's going to give it that classic rounded edge. After another 4 to 5 minutes of cooking this, our country-style Spanish potato omelet should be perfectly cooked. I'm going to remove this from the heat and slide it into a serving dish, guys. Look how beautiful this country-style Spanish potato omelet came out. Let me tell you, the aromas coming out of this are insanely delicious. I'm going to cut a slice, that way you guys can see what it looks like inside and give it a try. Seriously, guys, I cannot wait to try this. It smells so amazing in here. Here we go. What an incredible texture. First things first, the potatoes perfectly cooked through, the eggs, incredible texture to them. And as for the flavors, you got the bell peppers, the onions, the garlic, they're nice and aromatic, they're not fully cooked through. And then that sweet smoked Spanish paprika, you put it all together and it's just seriously an explosion of flavors. What an incredible dish, guys. So easy to make. Make this at home, I guarantee it's gonna completely blow you away. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.